All right, for segment 2, Ethan Dog's got the 3 worst new player choices. And then, of course, we'll be following that up with a sneak preview of the 3 worst Game Master mistakes. But right now, let's get back to this one. The 3 worst new player choices when playing Rifts. And I'm definitely interested in hearing what he has to say about this. So can you give us an elevator pitch of this first?
Sure.
Because then I'm going to do proclivities.
Sure. Here's the deal. All 3 things I'm going to say here may not be your top 3 new player mistakes or new player misunderstandings when Rifts. I left out combat because obviously for a new player, combat is going to be rough until you play it a couple times, then you'll get it. But all of these 3 things are going to rank, more than likely are going to rank in your personal list of problems you see with new players having when they start Rifts.
Did you edit that photo? I just looked at that.
I did edit that photo. The players are very angry and hating their life choices right now.
So what can they expect in this video coming up?
Well, you're going to see 3 things that I have found new players get hung up on or misunderstand most often, and it causes them to not have a good time. This is French fries and pizza, only instead of a slope, you're at the role-playing table.
All right. The core values of #RPGate and any good tabletop group are escapism, not representation, entertainment over activism, and natural, organic inclusion, not forced diversity. Please follow that QR code or refer to the description below for the link to the charity we support, which is the Wounded Warrior Project. Thursdays and Saturdays, you can watch the Dirty Casuals on twitch.tv/Legion of Myth. Fridays and Sundays, you can watch the Friday Night Chill Stream and RPG Digest on our YouTube and Rumble channels. Please leave us a comment with your thoughts and experiences, and if you like our gaming content, please be sure to subscribe to Legion of Myth. All right.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and regale us.
We're going to start with number 3, the least offensive yet 3rd most prevalent problem I've seen players have. And that is psionics, more specifically the psionic healing category. What players don't understand when they have a psionic and they see the healing powers, it all heals SDC, it all boosts SDC, it all boosts physical strength, but it doesn't make it supernatural. It doesn't actually help them in 90% of the combats they have that are meaningful. Because it's mega damage. Oh God, I have the psychic ability to stop bleeding. But if I take 1 mega damage, I'm blown in half. How does that help me? Well, this is an easy fix. When the new player chooses psionics, you say, listen to me. Psionics is a support class. They're like, what? But I can attack with it. No. You're a bard. Psionics is a support class. All of your powers, sensitive, healing, physical, even to a greater extent than you think, super psionics are not for combat. They're for before and after combat. Psionic healing, the whole category, is no exception. You can do a lot of things roleplay wise with psionic healing. You can go into a village, heal some broken bones, cure someone of the flu, whatever, get a lot of goodwill. Now they're giving you food and putting you up for the night for free. That's great. That's bard stuff. You got to understand, psychics are bards. But
you just lost all your viewers. Good job.
I'm just saying. That's the way it is. But once you explain that to a new player, then their expectations are managed and they can have a good time.
I have a question before. So, pyrokinetics.
Yes.
In my mind, that's obviously powerful and aggressive and attacking. How is that a bard in that case, if I was playing a pyrokinetic?
Okay. There is a power to create fire. Now, whether it's a regular SDC fire or mega damage fire, like a burster, I'm not immediately remembering.
That's what I meant, burster. Thank you.
Oh, burster. Okay. A burster is a separate OCC. It's not, it's a psychic, but they don't get psychic powers per se or a lot of them anyway, they mostly get ability to create and manipulate fire, and that's it.
No, I
So
thought they
you
were
kinda know
psychic
what you're
powers.
getting into. But still, just creating fire is awesome. Even if it's mega damage fire, that's great. Except fire is unpredictable. Fire is fickle. Fire, unless perfectly controlled, can get out of control very quickly.
Nah, I meant for that to happen.
Oh, you meant for that to happen. Okay, yeah, yeah. So it's not a dependable form of combat, unless, of course, you are a burster and you can actually throw fireballs that are direct damage abilities. Outside
Okay.
of a burster, psionic fire, if it even exists or useful at all, is just creating fire that you really can't control to the level where it is combat effective.
Okay.
So manage the player's expectations. Psionics, by and large, are a support class, and this can be fixed. Well, what's next? Attributes, players, and understanding the idea of attributes. Up until Rift's Ultimate Edition, this was stupid easy. In the advent of Rift's Ultimate Edition, it gets weirder. Here's the rub. If your players are able to do math and statistical probability, they will say attribute rolling sucks. And on the face of it, I have to agree. You're rolling 3d6. The first rolling method, we're going the first rolling method, up to down, top to bottom, 3d6. You have to roll an 8 or higher to not have any minuses on your attributes, but you have to roll a 16 or higher to have any bonuses. This means you are much more likely to have a minus than you are to have a bonus.
Oh, I confused me. So you are talking about Rift's Ultimate Edition when you say that.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Talking about the current game. Now,
Understood.
you have to explain to the new player that yes, that is true. But physical attributes at character generation at this level do not matter. Physical attributes are the attributes that can be easily fixed through proper skill selection. But you're taking away some of my skills. Okay, dude, you can completely re-roll your character, but I don't want to be here for 5 hours.
And it already takes 4 to make one.
Yeah, I don't want to be here for 5 extra hours. Okay, I don't want you re-rolling until you get all 18s. No, manage these expectations. Again, just like number 3, it's a managing expectations game. Having a minus here or there is not game breaking for you. Having a bonus, +1, +2 here or there is not game breaking. You're looking at this thing go up to 30. You're not going to have that, man. You're not going to have that. You're not going to roll that. That is like all the stars aligned and you have 7 supermodels at your door and
all
they
those
all
wives that you took in the year 0
exactly
video.
But you took them and they love you.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Stars have aligned on this one.
There aren't enough stars in the world. But no.
There you go. See, there you go. But that's like getting a 30. You can hope that you'll get a 16, 17, or 18 total at this level of character generation when you're just rolling your attributes. That's a great roll. Now, anything below an 8 will give you a minus of some sort. I think there are a couple stats where you got to go lower, but that's when they start.
I know he said it already, but I want to be very clear. That's the main difference from the original Rifts to Rifts Ultimate Edition.
Yes. In regular Rifts, which I'm going to call real Rifts, because this is an abomination. This idea of attribute minus abomination. There is no minus, no detriment at all for having a low stat. It's you are forced to role play that low stat. That's it. There's no game mechanic at all.
Between 3 and 15 did not matter.
3 and 15 don't matter. So when I GM Rifts, I GM Rifts the old way, not the ultimate book way, the real book way.
Not trying to derail, but when I look through those, I like the idea of the negative of the minuses. I just thought they were incredibly penalizing.
Way too minus.
Yeah.
Way too detriment. Like having a 5 or a 6 intelligence means you're dumb, yeah, but you get super dumb.
Yeah.
You know, and it gets worse from there. But again, let them know if they're the physical stats of the problem, we can fix that later on in this character generation process. We can fix it. We can take away those minuses. And even if you can't, these minuses are not the end of the world. You have to adjust your gameplay, but that's mostly it. Unless you have a 3, 4, or 5 in something, you just have to adjust your gameplay. It's not that bad. It's more flavor than detriment. Okay, so 1 and 2 were adjusting the new player's expectations. 3 and 2, sorry. 3 and 2 were adjusting the player's expectations to take away any misunderstandings the player might have. But number 1, there is no misunderstanding.
Uh-oh.
This is you, as a game master, have to make a judgment call. Can this player handle it?
Oh, really?
Mostly, it's a no.
Really?
New players do not play crazies correctly, and they do not properly appreciate the insurmountable and constantly growing problems in the brain of their character.
Oh, they are growing.
Every level, you get more and more crazy. And you have to adjust your role playing appropriately. For a new Rifts player, this can be difficult. For a new role-playing game player, this is impossible. Don't do it. Don't let them play a crazy. You, as the game master, have to make a judgment call. Can they handle it? It's binary. Yes or no. Maybe means no.
What do you see as the biggest mistake? Because I have what I want to say, but you're the one with much more experience than me on the Rift side of it. What do you see as the biggest mistake that new player makes with the crazy?
It's not mistake. It's inability. A new player, the biggest problem is their inability to be forced to role play in a certain way. The crazy forces you to role play in a possibly random fashion because you're supposed to roll for a random insanity. And then you have to role play that insanity. You're taking my agency. Yes. Yes.
No, not taking your agency at all. You chose the class.
Yes, you chose the class, but the insanity is random, or should be. It's supposed to be. The insanity is supposed to be random, and then now you have to role play that accordingly. And a lot of new players will not be able to do that. What was yours?
Mine is that they overdo it from the start. Because you're going to get a ton more insanities as time goes on, where there's a phobia, some sort of, degeneracy, whatever. And they start out of the gate like
at 100 already.
Right.
Exactly. Yes. If you do that, Max is right. If you do that, no one's going to want to be around you at level 1, let alone level 4 when you're actually balls to the wall crazy at this point. You're going to be out of a group. You have to role play it so where it's significant, but you are more useful than you are detrimental.
Hey, shout out to Randy for how he played his crazy.
Has to walk. That's the line you have to walk. And a lot of new players can't walk that line. It's not that they're not going to be able someday. They're not able today.
Yeah.
And today's when they're playing. They're going to have a bad time. They're going to think you're a bad GM. Because they're going to blame you because they're players. That's what they do.
Can I do an honorable mention with that?
I don't need it. Trust me. I got the honorable mention for all things bad on the list is actually in the GM section. What do we have for comments?
I just start to. Guns are much more powerful than psychic powers.
Yeah, again, psychics are more of a support class. Think of them as a support class, not a combat class, and you'll have a better time.
And you have to be Robin Williams. You have to be Robin Williams level to be able to play a crazy.
No. Again, this is kind of what Max was talking about. Robin Williams made a whole career on going overboard. You don't want to go overboard on the crazy out of the gate. You want to build up to that because your character is building the crazy over time. So you want to start out where people give you side eye and go, did he just say that? Or did he just do that? Or did he just say he wanted to have sex with a pig or whatever,
What?
Make them think they may have misheard that crazy. But as you get higher in level, then you can start amping it up a bit. Because as you get higher in level, your usefulness goes up. It's like the Barney Stinson hot crazy scale. The perfect woman rides the line between hot and crazy. You don't want to jump above or below that line, you're going to get tossed. The group's going to break up with you. Riding that line is hard.
In the game we were in, I thought Randy did a really good job. I thought he did a really good job with the crazy, but he also, I don't know how much experience he has with Rifts, but he definitely has experience role playing those. So.
Sure.
Would you say that the Juicer has a similar problem or no?
No, the Juicer, everything is up front. There's no nuance.
Okay.
All of the bonuses are there. All of the detriments are there. They are not randomly changing. They're not making you role play in a different way. They're not making you see scenarios in a different way from the beginning. All the cards are on the table and they are unchanging. So it's easier, far easier to role play than a crazy.
That makes sense. All right. Hope you guys like that. I've already forgot the 3 worst new player mistakes or things you have to educate them about. And if you do like this, you have comments for Heathen Dog. We've been getting a lot of comments recently about more Palladium, more Palladium, more Palladium. Well, what specifically do you want within Palladium? Because we have limited resources when it comes to that, although I think I did just pile on a bunch of opportunities for him.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear, et cetera, and we'll see you in the next video.